Hey, what is up, guys? I'm here to give you a review, not of SmackDown, that's coming up pretty soon, but I'm here to give you a review of Top Rope Promotions that I went to last night. I was gonna give it to you last night, but I got pissed because I couldn't find my camera. Because I got a picture with Rikishi, now I have no proof, but when I find my camera, I'll put it on Facebook and put it in the description box below. First I want to show you the stuff that I got. So I got this. I got two of these in colored, and this one in black and white. And it shows all the superstars that are on here, like Axe and Smash, Demolition, D'Lo Brown, which I got this shirt from him. I am now patched into the Aces and Eights. Rikishi, which I got my picture with him. These guys right here. You can't see it. Let me turn the light on, actually. There we go. You probably can see it better now. So these guys right here, that's Biff. This is, the Sure Thin. Biff Busick, the Sure Thin. The Ladies Man. I don't know his real name. And Nick Steele. Those guys are in that roster. Tony Atlas was there. Kenny Dykstra. This is Vinnie. For those of you that watch Ring of Honor, this is Vinnie. Mashallah. I don't know how to say his last name. This is Nunzio. He has a different name there. Colin, Delaney. I don't know who that is. Otto. Oh, this is the police officer. I don't know who I forget his name though. And then I think that's Auto Man. No, Motorboat. I don't remember the other two names, but I'll just show you what's inside the book. Pretty much nothing special. It's just talking about stuff that goes in Hollywood and all the next live events, and on the back are the matches, which I will be reading off of. They have like I said, a black and white version of it. And I got this. Showed it. Tomorrow's the fan. Today actually was the Fan Fest, so I can't go to that. But shows on the back. New England Fan Fest Pro Wrestling Super Show, and shows you like all the stuff. There's something else in here. Where is it? Right here. You can also go to Train to be a Professional Wrestler, a free open house June 23rd, 1 p.m. program at 31st Fake Steiner Fall River, and it shows Spike Dudley up here. So, wrestling school, just anyone that wants to go. And I'm going to show you the autographs I got yesterday. I have to open, I'll do Rikishi first since I got his first. I gotta start labeling. Wait, nope. There we go. Rikishi's autograph right there. Now let me go to the Vice President of the Aces and Eights, D'Lo Brown. D'Lo Brown, right here. I got my autograph of him. So that's all the stuff I got last night. I didn't have very much money, but when I get the job, if I get the job, I'll have more. So now I'm gonna go through the matches. But before I do, I did the Ladies Man and what's her name? Lacusis Lasha, which is one of the black chicks that works there that I talked about before. She was out there. He was out there, and he was getting into it with one of the fans, and he was talking about how he went to have three McDoubles, what's it called? Whoppers at Burger King, and he's like, I wouldn't brag about that. And he says that he's a ladies man, and the ladies man says, I don't see a lady. So that was a pretty funny stuff right there. But let's just get to the actual show. Shano was there, which I showed. I had Shano T-shirt. The first match of the night was a tag team match. It was between Kenny Dykstra and Johnny Angel versus Isis iFix and Vince Beach. This was a pretty good match. I didn't mind it. It's okay. It was good to see Kenny Dykstra out there. He used to be in the Spirit Squad, and then he went on to do his own thing. He actually has a tattoo now. And, this match was okay. Kenny Dykstra and Johnny Angel win when they throw, I6 and Vince into each other. And they roll up, and they both roll them up for the win, so so they both get the win. It was fine. Didn't mind it. It was a decent match. Then we get two WWE people that used to be WWE Superstars. It was Little Gutto, which is Nunzio, versus Heartthrob Antonio. And he calls himself Antonio Promise. And he actually wasn't a bad wrestler. I don't remember Antonio Promise really because I never watched the Heartthrobs, but Nunzio I remember. Wasn't a bad match. Nunzio wins when he rolls up Antonio Promise for the win, so that was fine. And then we get the most important one. I have to get my phone. Well, the Miss New York came out and she just was kind of those generic promos. How she's talking about who's you there for the sea, stuff like that. And then the Wingmen come out, and Biff Busick's talking about how he's the manliest man. She slaps Biff, and they are all about to attack her, but Nick Steer and the Elden brothers, Shane and Eric, come out and fight them off, and then we get their tag team match. Their tag team match wasn't too bad. The Wingmen dominated one of the Elden brothers. I think it was maybe Eric for a little while, and then Nick Steele brawled with the Biff Busick, who was the champion, and then the ladies' man super kicked Nick Steele, and then Biff Busick gave him a blockbuster neck breaker, and then the Sure Thin went off the top rope with a splash. They all tried to pin him, but he was so overpowered he was able to kick out of that. And then I forget what they did, but the Elden brothers did their finisher, and then Biff Busick pinned him for the win, and then he injured the Sure Thin after the match. It was fine, didn't mind it. What was the next match? I don't remember what the next match was. Did we go to intermission after? Oh no, it was Vinnie Mashallah versus Calley. I don't know his name, but they didn't have a bad match either. Vinny wins when he hits a flying elbow for the win, but they did power bombs, they did suplexes, they did everything that they could do. He got the Boston Crab in, so it wasn't a bad match. I think after this they did go to intermission, and then we got Frank Train and Tony Atlas versus Man Scout, Jack Menon, and some guy in a mask. They went. Tony Atlas and Frank Train wins when he does a fat splash because he's fat off the top rope. Tony Atlas then gets on the microphone and thanks the armed forces, the policeman, and the fire department for keeping us all safe. So he was a pretty nice guy, and you could have taken a photo with him, but didn't have the money. Then it went into an intermission. Then we got Lucas Ladisha versus Casey Ray. Ludus. The black chick, okay? The black chick wins with Trouble in Paradise. Get an easier name to say. Then we get Brutal Bob Evans versus Colin Delaney. Now actually, look what Colin Delaney looks like here. I could have gotten his autograph yesterday, but I thought he still looked like this. He wasn't out doing the fucking show. He wasn't out doing the fucking intermission. You know what? He didn't look like this anymore. He didn't look like that no more. He looked like Daniel Bryan. Except he didn't have the facial hair. And I didn't have... So, are you telling me that this is now Colin Delaney? Because I actually like... That's not the Colin Delaney I'm used to watching. I'm used to watching him like this and getting the hell beat out of him, and I thought that's what was going to happen here, but it didn't happen. It was an okay match. They did drop kicks. He did actually, yeah, we got the end of Bryan chance, and he did the yes spin. He did the suicide dive on the outside. And then, he still lost, though, by getting a clothesline, so he still lost, so that means he still sucks. Yep. But he actually wasn't a bad wrestler, though. But I'm just kind of disappointed because I thought that's not the Colin Delaney I'm used to watching. Then we get the main event. I have to get my phone for this. It was Kevin Perry defending his interstate championship against, I remember it was the Devil's Reject. Oh wait, I don't want to forget this actually. Former OWB Superstars came out to be remembered. It was Tugboat, Demolition Axe and Smash, D'Lo Brown, Tony Atlas, and Mikishi. They got like awards of top of promotion to be remembered, and Tony Atlas actually let me hold his, and I congratulated him, so he actually is a nice guy. And then the Warriors, Legion of Doom, whatever you want to call them, the music hit, and I actually thought, I hear that Hawk is dead, or is it one of them's dead, but I thought that one was coming out. But no, I think it's Animal that's still alive. Animal is still alive. I forget which one's dead. But it was actually the Wig Man, which I actually laughed because the shirt there was dressed like a cat, and they were trying to, and he actually meowed on the microphone, but they just kind of talked. They got the hell beat out of him after, and Rikishi Stink Face's Biff, which I thought was great because it was like right where I was, so that was great. I'm always gonna remember that moment. And then Rikishi ends up giving actually dancing around. We wanted to see Rikishi dance, so we did. And D'Lo, but he didn't want to dance until D'Lo Brown did. He did the Worm, which was a Scotty 2 Hardy tribute. He actually tributed his sons to the Usos, so that was great. And then they left after, so I actually thought this was a good moment to see. But now let's get to the main event. So yeah, Kevin Perry defending the Interstate Championship against Matt Magnum, Ian, which is Nick Steele's tag team partner, Brandon Webb, Greg Postal, which is like a fire department, and Big Justice. I think that was the policeman. This was actually an okay match. Greg handcuffs Justice to the turnbuckle, and he's handcuffed there for a little while. We get some ladder spots. A lot of guys went to the barricade. They actually break one of the ladders because they German suplex him, sidewalk slam him into it so many times, and then Justice was outside the win, and we wanted tables. We actually thought the Devil's Reject was gonna get the table, but he just got a water, which pissed me the fuck off. But he wouldn't get the table. He said no, and he wanted to stay outside the win. And then the match ends when Greg throws Kevin Perry through the ladder, and then Justice tries to get in, but he's being held down by one of them, and then Greg wins the Interstate Championship. Great ladder match. I actually liked it. Great show, actually. I like this better than WWE's and well, I haven't never been to a TNA, but WWE, I just get the show. This is more fan interactive. Well, WWE's fan interactive, but like you get autographs, you get all that stuff I just showed you. So I think this is actually a great show. But when I get the job, we have a lot more than I will. But that's pretty much it, guys. See you later.